Nicolas on the verge of destroying Acend, ripping the lead away from them as Zeke and cNed need to rise above, and they can't do it! Nitro to close! A flawless round to win it on!
If you can find a player like that and simply eliminate him from the game by not even entertaining him, then it's massive. I mean, it's no secret that cNed is a huge win condition for Acend.
Dives back in, that's one, that's two, he needs more, he gets more, three! Oh my word, he's given them a chance!
Here with Acend, they've been to, the biggest stages in the last couple of events. Maybe the results haven't been what they wanted, but clearly they're good enough to get here through a very difficult region in the EU, so they should really feel confident coming into today.
He's already seen one pass, cNed finds one, it's all on Redgar now! And this is what it comes down to, one more man to stand, and Redgar, all the hours you've put in, thousands upon thousands, is down to a 1v4, and it's done! Acend are your Valorant Champions winners!
After Acend won Valorant's first online European major, everyone expected their star player, cNed, to dominate internationally.
I'm cNed, I'm 19 years old, I'm from Turkey, and I'm playing for Acend.
The team took out Heretics to become the best in Europe, and after cNed's performance, everyone agreed that he was among the best jet operators in the game, and one of the only players out there capable of single-handedly winning matches.
Yeah, he's going to be greeted by 4 members of FPX if he does opt to go for this, though. Can he want to get away? He does again. Demastic falls. They're going to try and charge him down here. Zipan just on the other side. Oh my god! cNed finds another way to play. Another Shadow falls. cNed is insane right now. I think cNed was probably the only regional, example of somebody we saw do something that, Wardell and Tens were doing in the early days of North America, but I think he did it better. The small additions that he was able to make, even just the use of his positioning, his usage of the smokes, his ability to create new angles and almost play anti-flash off himself. We saw so many examples where I think he just demonstrated he was head and shoulders above.
With cNed leading Acend to European dominance, everyone assumed they'd be representing EMEA at Valorant's first international LAN. But then, at Challengers 2, everything fell apart.
The flank that cNed is on could pay huge dividends as well. Brahms peeks close, good kill, trades back cNed, in the back, has to go quickly, a 1v2, a player close, he gets the first, Mo going in for the 3k, that shock dart tags him, and Loki finishes it off. 14 rounds for Vitality, they have knocked Acend out, the Masters champions no more.
The 2 finalists of Masters 1, Heretics and Acend, will not be going to Iceland. They will not be representing the European region. They won't even make it to the top 8 across CIS and Turkey. That is a huge change, and it really goes to show that surprises can happen in any given moment. Nobody on the talent team predicted Vitality was gonna get this one, never mind in 2-0 fashion, but there we are, Acend out of stage 2.
cNed's international debut was denied in an upset loss to Vitality, and Acend watched from the sidelines as Fnatic and Team Liquid were hailed as EMEA's best in Iceland. So after missing out on Valorant's first international tournament, Acend weren't about to let another chance pass them by.
He's gonna get caught out, 100%. There's no way he expected Redguard to be there. Why was he? It was so late into the push. Pete coming back through, another for Redguard. It leaves it all onto cNed. There's no way he gets that kill! No! No! No!
The bullets aren't connecting. cNed is going to go through the smoke and take that down. He's back out for more. 3 kills on the board for cNed. They had the option before and avoided it. Now the dash into sight. cNed knows there's a player below, has to dash out of the way, knives out, and somehow Zeke is just destroying them. cNed delivers the knives to Defo's head, and Shados is the last man standing. He has to hold on in a 1v4, and it is not happening. 13-5, that will be the Masters 1 champions as the first team to lock in their place as an EMEA representative in Berlin.
Despite the massive skill disparity within the team, hopes were pretty high for Acend going into Berlin. They made it out of their group and were set up to face 100 Thieves in the quarterfinals, where, at first, it was looking easy for Acend.
They have to be aware of the possibility. cNed actually comes through. He finds the first. Ethan didn't respond. No way, cNed.
Way steals there, jumps in, life on the line for Bone Cold. He's buying time and he's getting frags while he's doing it. He can't make it happen. And cNed, out of nowhere, is finding the form that terrifies most.
But 100 Thieves fought back to take it to a third and final map.
Nicolas still trying to do what he can. It's Starzo! He was at the bottom of the board. He's still finding damage, still finding work, and so is Hiko! A 1v1 out of nowhere! 6 bullets and a dream, and on the other side, Killers. The punch shows, and Hiko! He's clutching out again for 100 Thieves. This man does not know when he is done.
Breeze started out looking like another free win for Acend as cNed ran the show.
But he knows there's going to be a close coming in here, and it's from the back lines. Ethan denied. Killers beside him. Nitro's gone. cNed! This is the man we waited to see.
But then, while being just 1 round away from the semifinals, the unthinkable happened.
He's closed the gap. Ethan's coming with another. This could be it. 100 Thieves on the verge of destroying Acend, ripping the lead away from them as Zeke and cNed need to rise above, and they can't do it! Nitro to close! A flawless round to win it on!
100 Thieves managed to pull off the greatest upset in Valorant history, specifically by shutting down Ascend's best player. The NA squad was a team of veteran CSGO competitors. They had the resilience needed to complete such an insane comeback.
Probably after the round we talked about, that's when 100 Thieves almost knew they'd pulled it off. Like that was the one where it's like, okay, we've sort of broken them now. And when you break a young team like that, it's so difficult to get your head back in the game. Whereas with 100 Thieves, I mean, you could, well, there must be like 35 plus years combined of like, you know, veteran LAN experience there on that roster, which is, it's worth its weight in gold in that scenario alone.
For Acend, their inexperience and at times arrogance cost them on the world stage. cNed was by far the only member of Acend showing up at tournaments. So if they were ever gonna win on the international stage, the rest of his team would have to step up. But before they could even think about their next event, cNed became mired in unexpected controversy. A Turkish money laundering scandal swept through Twitch, with many top Valorant pros involved. And unfortunately for Acend, cNed was one of them. Essentially, someone was using Twitch bits donations to launder dirty money. cNed was one of the players who got the bits, but said he knew nothing about the scheme, so he didn't report the donation to Twitch, which he later admitted was a mistake. Despite the scandal, cNed and his team attended Red Bull Homeground 2, where they proved that they could go toe-to-toe with some of the best teams in Valorant.
Chronicle, but you got for us nothing, and now it's all down to 1. This has been the wildest of games we've seen in a while. Defo at least gonna find Kiles, but the rest looks like a mountain in front of him that he has to try and climb. And oh, the shots go astray, and so does the entirety of the game. It's 13-0.
But despite their impressive performance, the narrative surrounding Acend was still the same. Most people thought they relied too heavily on their star player.
I mean, everybody on that roster has had individual performances, but in terms of consistency and in terms of, you know, single impact, I don't think anybody comes close to cNed on Acend, which is no, you know, kind of shun to them whatsoever. cNed's a fantastic player, but if you can find a player like that and simply eliminate him from the game by not even entertaining him, then it's massive. I mean, it's no secret that cNed is a huge win condition for Acend.
Going into Valorant's first World Championship, Acend were handed what many thought would be an easy group for them to get out of. But Brazil's Keyed Stars had upgraded their roster since their last showing in Berlin, and they shocked everyone in their opening match against Acend.
Zeke. One more, a 2 versus 2 scenario, and they have to clear this man from the flank. It's left all on to Zeke to try and close this one out, but it isn't going to be happening. It is Vivo Keyed that head through into the upper bracket, and Acend have already faltered in this tournament.
Following the match, fans took to social media accusing Keyed Stars of using an illegal Cypher camera on Breeze, and later that night, Riot released a statement. Riot decided the teams had to replay the map starting with a 7-0 round score in favor of Acend to account for the total number of exploited rounds plus an additional round for economic impact. But despite the 7-0 lead, Acend nearly choked the rematch.
they're going to have to make the choice to just almost try and go through it, but that benefits their opponents more than anything else. Starzo, I think he's just finished this one. There's only 8 seconds left for them to try and get onto this site. They have to run through, and it is done. It took Acend a long time, but it is not quite enough for VCT. A valiant effort to fight that one back.
What should have been a fairly easy game to win turned out to be brutally close, and Acend might have lost without the free advantage they got from Riot. And on top of that, a lot of the community saw them as villains because of the whole situation, even though it was beyond their control. Acend bounced back with a 2-0 win over Envy to earn a spot in the knockout stage as the #1 seed from Group A.
They're looking great, and they're going to be pretty sick going into the playoffs.
Yeah, they're the 4th EMEA team to complete the perfection, Dan. All 4 EMEA teams got the high seeds. What is this? Other regions, including NA? Come on, we got to come up big in the quarters.
Despite a rough start to their group, Acend showed up when it mattered most. And even more importantly, it wasn't just cNed carrying anymore.
No updrafts, just a single cloud burst with cNed holding the angle. Talking about how much he loves watching cNed play. It's not going to be at his hand, but Zeke is there to shut him down. Acend will take their map pick away from them. Pulls
Good
back,
move.
grabs the Vandal, stops himself from getting suppressed and giving away his position potentially, but cNed is playing very close forward. He strikes him down. Said, thank you for being a fan, but I must end your career right here, right now. cNed will get the last one onto Dispenser, and there you have it.
Acend took down Team Secret 2-0, and they were in the driver's seat the entire time. Waiting for them in the semifinals was Team Liquid, the fan favorites who beat Acend just 1 month earlier. But when the match got underway, Acend flipped the script.
Oh, it's so difficult here. They go, and they get flashed and absolutely destroyed. The Prime Gaming flawless from Acend. Time is against him. He's just forced to go forward. He's 10 bullets. 10 bullets and 3 players. The math doesn't add up, and Bone Cold takes his head clean off there. Keyless is holding up high. He's got Zeke. Oh, this guy is just absolutely unbelievable here for Acend. They can play the time here. Yampi's in such a bad position. What can he do? He's forced to have to just hold. They're gonna swing him, and they're gonna find themselves now in the grand finals. Liquid have been dominated by Acend.
All of a sudden, Acend looked invincible. And it wasn't because cNed was on fire. It was because the whole team was working together for the first time. But their grand finals opponents weren't gonna make it easy. To truly shut down the haters and finally give cNed the LAN win he'd been chasing for so long, Acend would have to go through the Berlin champions, Gambit.
Just reassure positioning. What? Zeke? 2 kills out of nowhere, and suddenly this round becomes a little bit more viable, but time is the biggest problem. Oh my word, Zeke. Is this when you're going to step up and deliver? But it's going to be Chronicle. The bottom line, Zeke! The timing, I don't think he's going to have the time. Surely! Surely! Oh my god, Zeke has just destroyed them! Nats with the ult comes in as well. KJ ult comes down. Zeke still stands. Starzo on the back of the site. The spray towards main, and the spike's been lost.
They're just going to try and recover this here. Starzo still back sight, and Starzo stands strong again. 33 HP now.
Oh, and the aim from cNed comes in. It's a celebration from Acend. Gambit are bringing nothing out right now. Nats is on the other side of this, but all he has is that Spectre. He's already seen one pass. cNed finds one. It's all on Redgar now. And this is what it comes down to. One more man to stand, and Redgar, all the hours you've put in, thousands upon thousands, is down to a 1v4, and it's done! Acend are your Valorant Champions winners!
By becoming the first ever VCT Champions, Acend proved that they're not just a bunch of onliners, and that they didn't have to rely on their star player. cNed proved that resilience is what makes a champion. Despite all the times his individual skill wasn't enough, he kept on fighting.
It is our distinct honor to crown our inaugural VCT Champions. Give it up for Acend!
And in the end, it wasn't cNed alone that led Acend to victory. The whole team worked together, allowing him to finally take his place as the true king of Valorant.
Thanks for watching. If you want more content like this, hit the sub button and ring the notification bell. For unique, bite-sized videos you won't find anywhere else, hit us up on our Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok.